In Brookhaven we have a plane, right here at the airport. This is a very beautiful plane, and today I'm going to fly with this plane. I'm going to test ways to take off with this plane, and also I'm going to test the strangest ways to fly in Brookhaven. So for that I'm coming here in the front. And guys, there's a cop right here guarding this part. He's watching all the players who pass here, and I'm really lucky that I'm coming here in the back, and he didn't notice that I'm passing here, literally with a police car. But now I have to pick up my friend, and for some reason he's right here, literally swimming here in the pool. Look, you have to get out of there now, because this place isn't safe. But he's looking here. And he said, here it's safe, prove to me it's not. Look, the proof that this isn't safe is that you're green. Literally, my friend is green, and I think that's really proof that this pool isn't safe. Really, you're completely green. But I want him to help me test ways to fly in Brookhaven, and also ways to fly with this plane. You really have to help me. And he agreed to do that. Now he came on the motorcycle. And this motorcycle is the best motorcycle of all. He said, why do you have a police motorcycle? And I have this police motorcycle because I like this motorcycle. It's really simple. I can also pop a wheelie with this, and simply this is really good. Now I'm coming here in the front, but this cop saw everything. Literally, he saw this. So much that now he's coming after me, and this isn't very good. I'm going to have to stop right here, so he can talk to me. Guys, he's arriving here, but he's aiming at this item. He said, your motorcycle doesn't have a plate. Wait, you're stopping me because my motorcycle doesn't have a plate? And really, my motorcycle doesn't have a plate, especially because I removed it. I hate plates. But you're also breaking the rule because your car doesn't have a plate either. Literally, his car doesn't have a plate. So we're both wrong. In fact, he's coming here to check this. And his car really doesn't have plates. So much that he's looking here. And he said, you got lucky. Now get out of here before I change my mind and arrest you. Guys, he's really mad because he couldn't arrest me. But now I'm coming here on the motorcycle, and the first way to fly is really the best of all. He said, I want to fly with a plane. Look, I want it too. But first I have to test a very important secret. My friend has to get here, so I'm going to carry him by pressing this middle button. Now I'm carrying him, and now I have to leave the game. Literally, I'm going to leave the game. And finally, I came back in the game. I'm coming here to get my friend, because I'm going to test a secret. Now I have to press this left button, and he's exactly here, and I'm simply going to drop him. But I'm still carrying him, so much that the bug worked, and I'm simply going to be able to fly. But he shrank his avatar, and now finally I can drive this motorcycle. So I'm going to have to come here in the front. Literally, I have to get a boat. Perfect. Finally, I'm arriving here, and I'm coming here in the weirdest way of all. But I'm arriving here in the front, and the cop literally saw this. So much that he got really scared, and simply fell on the ground. Look, he got so scared that he decided not to even chase me. But I'm coming here to get a boat, and today is my lucky day, because there's already a boat here. So I'm simply going to take this. But guys, there's a person here, and I want to go fishing with him. So much that he stood up, and he's a fisherman. And apparently he let me come here. So I'm arriving here. But for you who don't know, if I sit exactly here, his boat is going to be completely bugged. You can see that his boat is flying like this. Really, the boat is very weird. But now my friend has to use some animations to see what will happen with his boat. So much that now his boat is flying like this. And this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Literally, his boat is flying. Now the boat is lying down. Look, his boat is really bugged. And now the boat is flying again. So now I got out of here, and I'm going to use this animation on the right. So much that we're both jumping, but his boat is flying really far away, and simply the boat disappeared. Really, he's completely without a boat, but I apologize for what I did. He said, that was really cool, do it again. Guys, it looks like he got happy. So now I'm coming here on this boat, and now I'm jumping like this. And really, I'm very bugged. And this is the weirdest bug I've ever seen. Literally, the boat is dancing like this. But today, I'm going to test better ways to fly. And there's a problem. The cop is coming here. Literally, he's coming here to see what's happening. Look, the weirdest thing of all is happening here. Literally, this boat is flying, but it looks like this player is being arrested. I don't know why he's being arrested, but we have to stop doing this. I don't know what's happening. Now he's being arrested here, and this is really unfair. I have to come in the cop's car now, but he's leaving here, and I can't let him leave. So much that he's aiming at this item, and he said, you're going to be arrested too. Get in the car. Okay, I'm coming right here, and now his car is completely bugged. He simply can't drive this anymore. His car is really bugged. This is the end of his car, because it started jumping like this. Literally, his car is completely bugged, and this is the best bug in Brookhaven. So the cop left here, and his car is still flying like this. In fact, now I think it's time to leave here. So I'm going to drive this car, but it's impossible to drive this. Even he left here, and he was smart to leave here, but I'm going to leave too. He said, you don't have any way to escape. Look, that's what you think. I'm going to grab this ladder, and also this item, and this way I'm going to be able to fly. Guys, I'm flying like this. Literally, I managed to fly really far away, and now I'm coming on top of the bridge. Perfect. I'm arriving here, and it worked. finally I arrived right here, but my friend has to join the game again because he's completely bugged on my head. So it looks like he just left the game. Now finally I'm free, and he just joined the game again. And now he's right there. But man, you're not going to be able to arrest me because I know a million ways to fly. And besides all that, I know the way to fly with this Brookhaven plane. But now I'm going to fly again just to prove to him that I'm really good at this. And there's nothing you can do. He got back in the car. So much that he stopped here. And that means he's waiting for me to move, to literally follow me. So I'm going to do a test. I'm arriving here in the front, and from what it looks like he's coming here. Literally, he's following me. Look, this isn't very good because he's coming after me. And he won't leave me alone anytime soon. But now I'm coming here in the front. I'm going to fly like this. And I arrived on top of them all. So much that again he came here. So I'm going to a place so far away that you won't be able to follow me. Guys, I'm going to arrive on top of this building. And I'm arriving right here. Really, everything here worked. But again, he came here. Seriously, I need him to stop chasing me. Now I'm escaping here in the back like this. And I came a little lower than usual just to avoid him seeing me. Perfect. Now I'm arriving right here, exactly at this airport. And he didn't notice that I left here. He's completely lost. So this way I'm coming here to the houses, and I can literally fly wherever I want. But for some reason I'm flying. I'm flying in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how this is possible, but I'm arriving at a friend's house, and he's waiting for me here. He said, "Where are you?" But literally, I'm above you. I don't know how he didn't notice that I'm here. Now finally he noticed this. Simply, I'm already at your house. So much that now he's climbing up here. But there's a player I have to help now. It looks like he's right here, and literally he's handcuffed. So I grab this axe, and I'm going to break the handcuffs. Perfect. I broke that, and it turned out everything worked. He got really happy. But I want to test now, literally the way to fly with the plane. He said, "Why are you telling me this?" Look, I'm going to be really honest. I don't know either. I just know that now the cop arrived right here, and he already hid. Look, it's good that you hide there. So much that now he went up there, but I just wanted to warn the cop that he won't be able to arrest me anymore. I'll always have a way to escape. There's nothing you can do. He said, "Actually, I think there's something I can do," but I don't know what he's talking about. So much that he's carrying me. Now he got in the bed, and I'm under the ground. I don't know how he discovered this, but he can throw me down here, and I'm literally going to fall outside the map. Look, you can't do this. I don't want to stay under the map. Now he's in another place, and I don't know why he's doing this. And now literally I'm here on the street. Guys, he dropped me here, but literally I'm alive. In fact, he stood up, and now he's really scared. And this time I'm going to grab this item, but he's trying to escape, so I'm going to follow him, because this time I'm the one who's going to throw him under the map. So much that I'm arriving here faster, and now I'm carrying him. This is going to be his end. Actually, I'm coming here in the front. Now I'm right here, and he's going to be literally thrown under the map. But before I want him to say his last words, and apparently he's not going to say anything. So I simply threw him here because he tried to eliminate me, and I got my revenge. But he appeared back here, and this time he's really mad. Okay, I'd better escape. So I simply teleported, and I'm going to hide in this castle. But for some reason Bob is here. Look, what are you doing here? Literally, he's coming to talk to me. And he said, "I heard that you know how to make the plane fly. Is that true?" And that's totally true. I'm going to test now ways to make the plane fly in Brookhaven. In fact, there's a player working here. Literally, he's building this whole place. But you have to help me test the secret. And he agreed to do that. So now I'm coming here to the plane. I grab this bike that literally moves with the power of friendship. But guys, he's not helping. You can see that his foot isn't moving. I'm the only person who's moving this bike. And now I have to arrive right here. I'm coming here to the plane, and I'm going to have to get inside. And for you who don't know, this is the Brookhaven plane. Literally, it's really complete. You can pilot the plane, but there's a very big problem, especially because this doesn't work. And the place we're in is actually in the middle of nowhere. Now I'm coming here to get Bob, and finally he came here. Okay, I'm carrying him. Actually, I'm going to press this button, and literally I'm flying here. So I'm going to have to go down here at maximum speed. But now I'm really very weird. Literally, I have these two items completely bugged. So I want to fall down here, and from what it looks like, Bob is exactly here. So I'm following him. Literally, he's right in this part. I found him in the middle of the air. But for you who don't know, there's another plane in the game. And for that, I have to come here to the airport. I'm going to grab this card, and now if I go down here, I'm going to be able to get inside, literally in the place where the plane is. And he arrived here too. He said, but everyone knows this plane, and they know how to drive it. Look, I already know that. Everyone knows this plane, and I'm sure you've already seen it. But I'm going to test a way to get the real plane, like this one, and that really works. But guys, I just grabbed this jet, and now I'm coming here to get this player. Actually, I want to see what he's doing. Look, he's right here, and he noticed that we're here. So now it looks like he's really scared, especially because there's a giant jet here. But look, come here. I'm literally going to carry you. So I'm getting closer, and you just have to jump here. Perfect. He arrived here, and now I'm carrying him. I'm going to take him to the pool. So much that he's he's going to swim in this pool, which is literally radioactive. So he fell there, and now he's completely green. Look, even if he gets out of here, now he's completely green, and this is really weird. But now I'm going to fly, because I'm going to test a real way to get a Brookhaven plane that really works. And now Bob left here. I don't know why he suddenly left, but he's going there to do his stuff. So I'm going to have to get my friend. I'm coming here to get my friend, and Bob passed right here. He's going back to his castle, and now finally he arrived. He came exactly here. But there's only one way to get planes in Brookhaven. I'm making a version of Brookhaven where this plane basically works, and I want you to test this with me. But it would be better if you turned your avatar back to normal. So much that finally he turned back to normal, and now he's not green anymore. He was green because he swam in the toxic pool. Now he just left the game, and I'm going to have to follow him. So he arrived right here, and I need you to get on the bus. But it looks like he doesn't know the reason, and it's because obviously I'm the one who's going to drive this. So now I'm driving this, and I'm going to have to arrive at the new airport I made. Guys, I'm coming right here, and right here for you who don't know, there's a new airport. This airport is really cool. Now he has to follow me to test the planes, and you can see that now there's a giant runway. So I'm following my friend. He's coming here really fast, and he's not even waiting for me. He's the fastest person of all. But you can see that there are two planes. So I'm going to go down here, and not even I know how to get out of here. Actually, it's just going out through this door, or maybe this other door. And now I'm going to drive the golden plane. But look, you can't come on this one, because it's not very safe. So I'm coming in here, so much that I'm coming here in the front, and I'm going to start flying with this plane. But this is a little harder than it looks, because I need a lot of speed. And guys, the plane still isn't flying. Really, this is awful. Perfect, it took off, and everything worked. Literally, I'm flying really far away, and this is really good. This plane is really flying. Simply, this is perfect. And it would be really good if a plane like this was in Brookhaven, available for you to pilot, because this is really cool. I can do several maneuvers here in the middle of the air, and now I'm going down here. In fact, I accidentally hit this, but there wasn't any crash, and you can see that this is really luxurious. But now I teleported here, and he was waiting for me. So I'm going to grab this other plane, and I think this one is safer. And my friend can come here. He just has to get inside. And look, I can't take off. So much that suddenly I crashed the plane. Really, this isn't good. Literally, I'm breaking this. And it didn't work very well. My friend has to get this plane out of here. So he's going there, and now I'm going to pilot this plane for real. Okay, now I'm sure it's going to work. But suddenly, this is completely broken. Again, this plane ended up breaking, and I don't know how this is possible. But again, this broke. So now I'm completely bugged. But I'm trying to take off again, and it didn't work. It's really hard to get out of here. Perfect. I managed to get out of here, and it worked. In fact, I still didn't take off. Actually, I flew at the last second. And this is the best plane of all, because really this works really well, and it looks a lot like the plane we have in Brookhaven. And now I'm going to pass into this bridge. Perfect. I just passed here, but it didn't work. Literally, the plane broke. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.